Hello and welcome to another episode of Banking on Information. Today, my guest is Jacqueline Escobar, who is principal member of the Divergent Tide and a legal consultant. Welcome to the podcast, Jacqueline.
Hi, thank you so much, Roger, for having me.
We always start this podcast with the same question, which is why do you do what you do?
Okay, this is a long answer, but I promise it will make sense. My why starts at my childhood. I I lived the hyperinflation in Peru. My family was shocked by bankruptcy, corruption, injustice, and I developed a feeling sense of justice for it. I chose law as a career. I wanted to help entrepreneurs, but regular ones, not the fancy ideas, because I saw my father in them, you know, a person with great ideas, big dreams, ambitions, but with a system that limits that dreams, with no education, low access to finance, bureaucracies, high interest rates, in the case of the banking system. And that's what I was really interested on wealth creation. I I did everything to get into the financial industry. I worked for regulators, banking, law firms specialized in this matter. And soon I realized that all these intermediaries, all these traditional actors, they perpetuate all the differences that we have in society, always prioritizing those with big pockets, accredited investors, financial institutions, against or leaving aside the end consumer or the retail investor. But for me, financial services were a tool to access to money. With money, you need buy a home, your education, everything in this modern society is exchanged by money. So for me, my mission was okay. I want to contribute to facilitate the access to this tool. That's what I want for when I found fintech and blockchain. It was love at first sight. I I found in Bitcoin, for example, that philosophy that I was looking for, forgetting about the intermediary, thinking that we can take decisions as a community, low rates, broader access, financial inclusion, everything really was fulfilling. I just left traditional work. I started to work with entrepreneurs, with startups, advising them with which what I know, like the legal side. But I soon I realized that all that hard work, because I collected like everything, like scholarship achievements. I got involved in conferences. I wrote papers. I did speaking engagements as well. But then there was this personal battle that I had inside, always striving, always struggling, because I didn't know I had ADHD. So to be a good student, to be an A grade student, what society asked you to be a successful person, to be on time, to be organized. As a lawyer, you have to be like perfect with your opinions when you're writing. And I always struggle. I always force myself as a soldier, pushing every time. Just you can do this, because I have a personal motivation, which is supporting my family going ahead crisis. And I was really passionate about justice. So I was motivated, but I was forgetting about myself, my personal life, my family. I was just like a Kiyosaki, right? That with this book,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
run path. And then you just realize when you have all these achievements and you just feel like, okay, there is something missing. I remember I watched an entrepreneur talking about the same. He made millions, and the same. You don't just you don't find sense. And this is the burning out situation, right? Where you just start looking for answer, which is what I did. I started my self-awareness path, meditation, reading about manifestation, your inner power, and what the wisdom that I have now is that money is only a tool. But there is a step before your
Hmm.
inner power that you can manifest. You can create that dream, that big idea, that interesting, innovative thing that can contribute in changing the world in some way. But you first have to have this position of calm, of confidence, this balance in your life to just do things in, in a way that fulfills you every day in the process. So for me, it's like, okay, now it's not about money only, it's about our inner power to find that dream that we want to make true. So now it's like, okay, how I do? Okay, I know lawyers, I know how to advise startups, and how I do this, right? Because I know this is the masterpiece most we are looking for. And suddenly, just after I got my diagnosis, so I struggled all my life with no meds. It was only myself pushing me every time, and everything made sense. And I got this invitation to collaborate with Divergent Thai, and I go, hey, this is this is really perfect for me, because I will find leaders or people who wants to lead something, to contribute to justice or something good to the society, but they need tools for it, and I am here for them. So this
Yeah,
is my vibe that I can share with you. Yeah.
that is a very very interesting story. So you want to use your skills as a lawyer to help the common man, the common entrepreneur, but
Yeah.
also help people that have something similar to you that might have ADHD, and actually help those people because you for so long didn't realize that that was your diagnosis, right?
Yeah, and actually, I want to highlight that it's not only for neurodivergent. Neurotypicals can burn out as well. Maybe we have like an allergy. Maybe we are easier to burn out. But this is a society problem, and I think that's a perfect starting point for this type of people. But it's for everyone at the end.
No, absolutely. So if that's your why,
Yeah,
what do you do? What do you do to help
yeah,
people?
yeah. This project just launched. We are we we have a cohort of founders from great university, great ideas, AI, blockchain, you can name it. The founders, they want to create a safe space for them. Try to find this is your rhythm, this is
Mhm.
your energy, this is the way
Yeah,
to think, and we will make you feel proud of it, because you can work like 8, 10 hours in one day because you are feel so motivated, and sometimes you don't feel that energy. You Okay, this is a safe space. You are just different. You have different cables. Some book says you are like a Ferrari, uh, working like a bicycle. So we want to give you the tools, the environment to just take what is within you. And there are, normal techniques for the productivity tools. Um, but I want to add this special part that I was sharing, your meditation tools, knowing yourself, all your motivations, working on your inner child, analyzing when you feel this is urgent, observing yourself, and just work from there. This is first, you have to accept who you are now and play like a kid. And you have everything that accelerators might offer you, like, funding, operations, legal, but this
yeah,
special part, which is person centered. It's not a additional requirement for, okay, you are a good founder if you give the best pitch, if you are great at talking,
yeah.
and And you are forgetting the ones who are behind, computers, and they just really have great ideas. We need to cover this gap, and I really feel excited about this.
Yeah, no, that is very powerful. Because yes, usually accelerators are very much focused on, hey, what's your business model? What is your totally addressable market? But they don't think about the founder behind it and how they best work. How do
Yeah,
they talk? How do they talk about it? The people that are part of these founders.
we don't have success stories yet, like because we just started, but you have, you have these particular cases that they were not accepted to a Y Combinator, or they choose they found out that, for example, San Francisco is so hard competitive, or you have all this mental noise. It's so reasonable to see how they will succeed at the end, because no one else was thinking about how to cover those missing parts. I didn't publish this yet, but I was reading about studies that says that founders, 50% of them, they have ADHD or autism or something. Because yeah, you have to be a bit special to really take risks, think different. It's like you just have to fit in the mold. So I did all the steps, and when I was there, I was like, okay, this is not what I thought I would feel.
So I like to do this thing called futures thinking. Let's think of a possible future. So 10 years out, where do you think this program will be, and what do you hope for 10 years from now?
I envision that this conversation is normal. That
Mhm.
mental health is part of a corporation, like part of the cap tables, part of the how you can show you are sustainable, not just taking care of Earth, but ourselves, because we are Earth. And it's finding this balance, because you have artificial intelligence with all advanced technologies. We can cut more workers, we can reduce jobs, or we can really make sustainable positions. So, from my point of view, I want to help that technology contributes to this, to redefine these invisible rules that we have. So, I come from Peru, from South America. There is a prophecy that says there will be the time that the condor is from the Indians, from South America, and the eagle from North America will fly together. The eagle represents the brain, the action, this capacity to build, these projects. But Monto represents the intuition, the calm, the connection with her. So there will be the time that we will fly together, and we can still working with in great projects, but this position of abundance and joy, it will be different.
Especially with AI, there should be a way that we can focus more on our mental health and
Exactly.
not burn out by working so extremely hard. And it'd be nice to see the eagle and the condor go together. Can we get ready today for that possible future that you painted?
Just spread the word, educate, because people, they don't know. They just live in a bubble, just doing what they think they have to do, as I did. And you just start to ask questions to yourself. And now with AI, it's so easier to talk with ChatGPT, with the AI you choose, and just ask about everything. I think the information about this will be so widely known that uh, this will be normal. But now, in these coming years, it's just education, and that's what I want to contribute.
Yeah. So educate yourself about AI and how it can change the world for the better, hopefully, and to get us to that future that you painted. So maybe that's a good point to wrap this up on. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, for being on the podcast.
Thank you very much.
And until next time, choose to be curious.